share your lens, share your perspective, share from where you are now. You may feel as if I share this and then I switch up, then people are going to think I didn't know what I was talking about, or people are going to think that I'm fake, or people are going to think that I don't know who I am. Baby, you're constantly expanding. You're constantly discovering more of your truth. And so that version of you that you were 2 years ago, where you were sharing whatever you were sharing, like that version of you mattered. That version of you is actually what got you right here. And so even if you no longer resonate with that version of you, if you no longer resonate with those words, someone else might need those words. Someone else might need that message. It may be their stepping stone to the best version of themselves, right? The highest, them being able to embody the highest expression of self, right? And so I just want to encourage you to share. I remember there was a time, and it just came to my mind, where I created I created a journal. It's called the Bold Project. And I remember after creating it, I didn't resonate with it, and I was like, damn, like how can you outgrow something like that, right? But I was reminded that, that was a stepping stone for me to get to the next expression of self, right? Like that had to be birthed. That was a birthing process for me to mature, for me to expand my awareness. And even though I no longer resonate with it, doesn't mean that someone else might not need it for their stepping stone for them to expand their awareness, for them to embody the highest expression of themselves in whatever season they find themselves in. So share your stuff. Don't worry about whether or not you'll outgrow it. Don't worry about whether or not, don't feel, I guess what I'm saying is don't feel a need to archive things, right? Don't feel a need to archive things and hide or remove versions of yourself, right? Just because you're like, I don't want people to feel like I don't know what I'm talking about, or I don't want people to feel like, whatever the story is, right? The reality is that each version of us is getting us to the next expression of us. We are discovering our truth. We're constantly discovering our truth, and there's no tap on that. As long as you are alive, there's more truth to be discovered. There's infinite potential in the void. And so because there's infinite potential, there's infinite possibilities for us, right? Our brains or our minds can do so much, right? Science has no idea what we are capable as humans of doing, of creating, of being. So there's just so much more for us to explore. I know for me, I visualize a lot what is possible for humans. And I'm like, the fact that I can visualize that, it exists, right? It just does, because it first exists in the void, the unseen, before it actually exists in our reality, our experience. So it's very possible, the things I've seen. And so what I do know is that humans are very magical, and we have so much potential. Yes, these bodies may give us some kind of limits, but because we have access to the void, to the unseen, to the unknown, right, to the infinite of it all, there's just so much that is possible for us, right? And just because the world has not yet seen it as a norm doesn't mean it doesn't exist. Whew. So I just want to encourage you to keep whatever you're sharing with the world, keep it out there. I used to delete my old Instagram pages when I thought I was done with Instagram. I would delete them, and then I started to let them exist because I was like, you know what? I want to leave this behind, right? Because I don't know who might need it, and the stuff is delicious still. I no longer resonate with some of the wordage and things like that, but that's because I have now I'm in a different space. But that doesn't mean that someone else might not need it on their journey for their remembrance, right? What we share is not a matter of isn't a matter of being perfect, or isn't a matter of necessarily being right. We're all just remembering our truth. It's not even about learning. It's about remembering our truth. And so you never know what word, what sentence, what is going to actually wake something up for someone. And so, it is what it is. And so, I just want to encourage you to keep your content out there if it feels aligned for you, of course. And even if it doesn't align with you, doesn't mean it won't align with someone else. And if part of your journey is to support others on their remembrance journey, to encourage people, to inspire them, whatever it is, then yeah, keep your stuff up, because you just never know how it might hit someone. You never know what it may awaken for someone. Probably be like, I don't resonate with that, but at the same time, it's available for someone else. It was your stepping stone at one point, and it could be somebody else's, and that's just what it is. And so that came to my heart. And so I was just like, yes, 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 yes. I want to encourage y'all that, because I be having to remind myself too, like, there's so much I be reading that I used to say, or that I used to write, and I'm just like, damn, I remember her. I remember her. She was a good one. She was a cool one. She was a little cray, but we like her. We like her. But I'm only where I am today because of where I've been. I'm only where I am today because of what I've experienced and what I've had access to and all these things. And so, you know, I'm sure that other people will see it too. And not only will they see, and I think too, what I like about like having these old videos out is that people get to see my expansion. They get to see the journey. And that's my favorite thing, because I'm like, so when you hear me talk, you know I'm talking from a place of, I lived this. That's why I'm saying it. Because if you look back at my journey, like, you will see the journey through, the remembrance journey that I experienced. And so it wasn't a linear one. And I think that that's what's so beautiful. It's like, this human experience is fun. It is meant to be fun. I know that a lot of us take this so serious, but this shit is meant to be fun. It is not meant to be that serious. It's not meant for us to be following all these man-made rules and pigeonhole ourselves into identities and beliefs. Like, that's not why we're here. Like, I do not believe that's why we're here. I know that that's not why we're here. So, you know, I just want to encourage everybody to have fun, enjoy the journey, allow yourself to have the human experience. You could have manifested as anything. You manifested as a human. There's a reason for that. You could have manifested as anything. You have manifested as a human. That's all I'm gonna say. You could have manifested as anything. You manifested as a human. So, I'm gonna just lay that there.